Okay, welcome back for language arts. So today we're doing lesson 4 in Unit 9, and you're going to need your Unit 9 reader, Zach and Anne. And I want you to go to the story Anne's Dress. Okay, this is the story that we read last week. And so you should have already read this. I know I read it to you on the last video, but I want you to go back to this story, okay? Because this is what the worksheet today has to do with. It has to do with this story. And it's only a one-sided worksheet, so it won't be too bad. But I want you to set that aside for right now. So take out your reader, go to the story, and just set it aside, okay? And we will go to that in a second. For right now, I'm going to do 3 new tricky words. So usually we've been doing 2 tricky words at a time, and now we're going to be doing, or for today at least, we're going to do 3. Okay? So the first new tricky word is this word. This word is where. So this is when you ask a question, like, where is my toy? Okay, it's like if you lost something or you're looking for somebody. Okay, if you're looking for somebody or something, where is my toy? Where is my mom? Okay, that's when you say where. Sometimes you guys would lose an eraser or a pencil in class, and you would say, where is my pencil? Where is my eraser? Okay, so that's this word, where. And this whole part that's underlined is the tricky part. So you hear w, but then you don't hear all these sounds. You just hear where. Okay, so this is just one of those words that you have to look at and know what it is. So parents, if you are making flashcards of these are all the tricky words we've had. And if you're writing all these on paper, which I really highly recommend that you do that, add these to your pile, okay? So we have where. This is no. No. So that's like if you said, can I have cookies for dinner? And your parents would probably say, no. So you hear n, but then you don't say ah. You don't say nah, right? You're going to say oh, no. All right. And the last tricky word is this. And this is just a letter. It's the letter I. But this is when you're talking about yourself. And you say, I want cookies for dinner. Or I am hungry. I am tired. Okay, you say I. So when you see this letter all by itself, you're not going to say I. Okay, you're going to say the letter name. I. All right, so we have where, no, and I. Where, no, I. Okay, so parents, again, if you want to add these to your pile of tricky words to practice, you can do that. So I wanted to introduce those. This is actually part of tomorrow's lesson, but I wanted to just introduce these today. Okay, so let's move on. So we have the story Anne's Dress, and we read that story. So I would like you to read it again. And then the worksheet is 3 questions, and they all have to do with the story Anne's Dress. So just like you did last week, you're going to read the question, and then there's different answers. You have to pick the answer that is right or correct, and then color it in. Okay? So it says, the cab hit. So remember, Anne was in the cab. She got in the cab with her dress. This is like a taxi cab. So she got in the cab, and the cab hit something. Did it hit a rock, a bump, or the dress? What did the cab hit? So let's go down here on this page in your book to where the cab is, and let's just read this part. Anne got in a cab with the dress. The cabman sped off. His cab went fast. Then the cab hit a big bump. Thump. Anne's dress fell from the cab. So what did the cab hit? It was right in here. Then the cab hit a big bump. Okay, so the cab hit a rock, a bump, the dress. The cab hit a bump. So you can either color this in, you can give it a check mark, but that is the correct answer, a bump. Okay, so I want you to do number 2 by yourself. Okay, I want you to try to read it by yourself and then read the answers by yourself. Okay, these are all words that you should know how to read. You can sound them out, or they're tricky words that we have already learned. So you should actually be able to read the sentence and all these answers by yourself, and then mark the answer that is right. Okay? So, then number 3 says, why was Anne's dress a mess? And then this doesn't give you answers. It gives you space to write an answer. So why was Anne's dress a mess? You remember how her dress went through a whole bunch of stuff? So it says, let's go to this last page. Anne's dress was in a trash can. A bus had hit it. A dog bit it. The dress had mud on it. The dress had rips and missing bits. Anne's dress was a mess. So you don't have to write this whole thing. Just write the part that made it a mess. You could put it had mud on it. You can say a bus hit it. A dog bit it. Okay, just pick 1 or 2 things from this last page and write the sentence that explains why her dress was a mess. Okay? And when you write it, don't forget to do your finger spaces. So if I was going to write, a bus had hit it. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple words so I can show you. I would say a finger space, and I'm going to start writing right here. I can't use both my hands because I'm holding the phone. A bus, finger space, had, and then I would say a bus had hit it. Okay, but don't forget that finger space between your words. Okay, and that is all. That's the only worksheet you have to do for this lesson. And then for homework, it's reading the story The Bad Crab. Okay, so that is all. So tomorrow we will do lesson 5, and I look forward to seeing your work.